my top 5 teams in the NFL after week 14. Will Kane is in the house. Ryan Clark is in the house. Listen up, guys. Ryan, especially you, take notes. Number 5 on the list, the Chicago Bears. Why? The third-ranked defense in the National Football League. The monsters of the Midway. And on offense, even though I ain't sold on Mitchell Trubisky yet, I got to look at Tariq Cohen. I got to look at Allen Robinson. I got to look at Taylor Gabriel and the crew. I think they have hope. I believe in them because I damn sure ain't believing in a few other teams. And I'll get to that in just a second. Number 4 on the list, the Dallas Cowboys.
You go down?
Why?
You win and go down?
I went down because
why are they even on there?
Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. We all know that the Dallas Cowboys sat up there, locked up. The Philadelphia Eagles got robbed. 2 bogus calls against them. We know what time it is. Let's go to number 3 on the list. The Los Angeles Rams. Now, obviously, they only got 2 losses on the season. Both of them road losses. New Orleans, and obviously, they just lost this week as well to Chicago. I'm looking at them, the cold weather. They have to win. They have to be in Los Angeles. That's what this comes down to. We all know that. Number 2 on the list, the Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers. Why? Because guess what? They didn't have to do anything this week. They had a bye week because they were going against the Cincinnati Bengals. So listen, they have a win on their column. They have a win on their record. They didn't have to put in much work to do it. And by the way, they're 10-3 on the season. All right, one of the best records in football. We got to give them love. And we know who number 1 on the list is. Who? The Kansas City Chiefs. And why am I saying the Kansas City Chiefs? Who, by the way, squeaked out a victory over the Baltimore Ravens. I got to give them love. They found a way to pull it out. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs as the number 1 team in the NFL this week.
Is Sean Payton ill? Has something happened in New Orleans?
I'm not
Alvin Kamara move away? He doesn't live in New Orleans anymore?
I can help you.
Can you help me? Please help me out. I'm confused.
I'm not pleased.
They lost to the Cowboys.
I'm not pleased.
Oh, so
I don't know if you missed that Thursday night game, but they lost to the Cowboys.
So since they lost to the Cowboys, they are no longer a top 5 team?
It's my list. It's fluid. It's my list.
It needs to be Stevens. It needs to be Stevens' F list after this.
It's my list.
Because
it's my list. And let me tell you something right now.
Saints, Rams?
I still have not recovered from them losing to the Cowboys.
There you
go.
go.
They can't ever get back on the list?
I didn't say ever, but it's too soon. It's too soon. And then they struggled for the first 3 quarters this past weekend.
He's right about that.
Okay? So I had a problem with that.
I understand.
I had a problem with that.
So everything else they did in life is now.
Hold on. It's only after week 14. There's still after week 15, 16, and 17 coming up. We can talk next week, but right now, that's how I feel about that.
I don't even know how I feel about you right now, though. Okay.
He's wobbly. He got
hit
hard last week.
I am. I got hit hard. I got hit pretty damn hard last week.
After working years with you, usually you wrong a lot, but you have good reasons for being wrong.
No, I'm not. Actually,
the Bears beat the Rams. That was like breaking news of the weekend. The Chiefs almost lost to the Ravens. You have Chiefs 1 and Bears 5.
Who's your favorite team?
The New York Football Giants.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is this. I wasn't even asking about that. Somehow, some way, you always got to find a way to mention UConn because that's where you went to school.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
love the Huskies.
depending on your mood. You say it's your list, is how you feel. How come I can't feel? How come I can't feel?
The Cowboys don't belong in the top 5. The Cowboys don't belong in the top 5. This is maybe the worst list I have ever seen.
Okay, I can't take it. I guess I have a thing for the little man, but I got to come to your defense at some point.
Why?
They can't jump on you like this. I'll tell you the part you got right.
What
part you got right? Well, the Cowboys, obviously. But the other thing, you nailed this. The 2 best teams this week, top 5 list, any top 5 list doesn't have your 2 best teams coming out of the AFC West, doesn't have it right. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers belong at 1 and 2.
The Chargers are 4. Chargers are 4.
I hate
you can't put the Chargers over the Rams. I mean, you guys seem to forget they lost to the Denver Broncos 3 weeks ago.
It don't bother me.
It don't bother me one bit.
But it's not. This is not the college football rankings.
It's terrible.
Right?
His list is terrible.
Seriously, Ryan. Okay. In that loss, Chicago Bears, Los Angeles Rams, you don't think some vulnerability was shown in the Los Angeles Rams? You don't think there was a formula that teams like, I don't know, maybe the Bears, the Cowboys, or even the Seahawks that can play defense like that didn't take some notes, weren't going, here's what I say. Here's what I say. And this is what I'll say about formulas. This is what I'll say about somebody laying a blueprint. I talked about the Dallas Cowboys after the game against the Saints, and I was like, yeah, that's a blueprint to beat them. Play press coverage on the outside. Run sideline to sideline and be physical with your backers. Rush outside. But does everybody have DeMarcus Lawrence?
Does everybody have Jalen Smith? Does everybody have Leighton Vander Esch? No. And so every team is not.
Here's what you're missing about my list. I can't put them ahead of the Cowboys because of how the Cowboys beat them. And the Cowboys have been winning.
You're talking about the Saints.
The Saints, right? Number one. And number two, I'm looking at that defense, and I'm saying even though they're not going to have to go to Soldier Field, I'm just down on the Saints right now.
Really?
You understand? I'm down on the
because
Saints.
because they won 10 in a row, because they run 10 in a row and lost,
I don't like the
it doesn't make them better than the team that's won 5 out of 6.
It's called Stevens A list for a reason.
Very emotional.
And the reason why is because week to week, how you're feeling about a team at that particular moment. Excuse me, then we shouldn't have had the segment because we started off the season doing it and nobody had a problem until the day. Okay, so the bottom line is,
first of all,
this is how I feel.
Because some weeks you're actually right.
No, I'm right most times.
You didn't even try it this week.
Listen, this is how I feel.
Nailed it in.
Excuse me, the Chiefs. I'm sorry, I can't make a legitimate argument that they're number one. The Chargers are your Super Bowl pick. But that's number 2. Okay?
Stop hitting him.
All right.
He's
wobbly. The Rams have just 2 losses on the season.
I have no problem with
So you got the top 3 teams, and then we got to go to Cowboys.
How
can I pick the Saints over the Cowboys?
You don't have to do anything.
How can I pick the Saints over the Cowboys?
Because they lost all those games.
Listen, and not only that, you're missing my biggest point of all.
They lost 5 games, Stephen A.
You're missing my biggest point of all.
Not in 5 weeks.
No, you're missing my biggest point.
They lost 5 games.
As long as the Dallas Cowboys, as long as you bloviate about them, they will fold.
He's trying to.
They will fold. No, don't sit up there. Don't sit up there.
Ryan,
don't sit up there and do that. Praise them. Say nice things about them. The end is coming.
I want to hear a real list.
Bears, Chargers, Rams, Saints, Chiefs.
That's from 5 to 1.
Yes, 5 to 1.